Hello dudes! Welcome to Meal Prep, 30 minutes for 8 meals. This is honestly, if you're fed up cooking midnight meals and fed up washing up, this is a video for you.
These are tasty, these are easy, these are quick to make, and these will satisfy you. They freeze perfectly, they work well in the fridge, and we're covering lots of different spectrums. We've got an Italian one-pan pasta bake, we have a Mexican stuffed sweet potato skin, and we have some epic sausage rolls.
Yes, we did say sausage rolls. And the great thing about this recipe is the oven does a lot of the work, particularly for the one-pan pasta bake and for the sausage rolls. We've thought this through so that you don't have to. First recipe we're going to start with is the one-pan pasta bake. So obviously, you will need a pan.
So get whatever size pan you have, and into that we are going to pop in our veg. So we've one red onion, which we have roughly chopped just into half moons, in that goes. We've got 1 punnet of cherry tomatoes. So tomatoes are in season on our farm. They're beautiful, they're amazing. We're going to use cherry tomatoes, but you could use whatever type of tomatoes, approximately 200 grams. I've got one red pepper. I'm just going to chop the seeds off it, and this is how to maximize your pepper. The inside pectin is a little, so often people pull it off and make a mess, but if you cut across here, you remove it, take away the thing, and there you go. Maximize it.
All the flesh.
I think peppers go really well through this tomato sauce. They're quite sweet, they're quite juicy, and they just go really, really well. So in goes our pepper, one red pepper. We've got one whole head of garlic, yes, we did say, but when this is roasted, it becomes more softer, more gentle.
And the reason why we're doing this is that when it does come out of the oven, we're going to squeeze the garlic into the sauce, the roasted garlic, and that really just has such a delicious infusion of flavour.
Pop room. I'm going to pop that in at the end, just because I want that at the top, so that's lovely. Next step, we've got some basil. This is fresh basil from the farm. It's really pungent, really aromatic. Just remove it off the stalk, and the stalk we're going to finely dice through it. And again, this is rough and ready. Just chop them in, peel them in there. They're going to melt down and just permeate loads of flavour. Try not to waste anything. Like, we have a farm, so we realise how much work it goes into growing veg. So take the stalk, just finely dice it.
So I guess that point is that when you are involved in your food production in some way, growing your own food, you really are so into not wasting it or just making the most out of everything. So.
Okay, in terms of sauce, what do we got here, Mr. Flynn?
So in terms of sauce, very simple. I've got 500 ml of veg stock, which I've got in a big kind of vessel, which we're gonna mix our full sauce in. We've got one tin, a 400 gram tin of chopped tomatoes. Our preference is to use organic. It's generally not that much more when you're buying chopped tomatoes. We are going in with 300 ml of oat milk, or plant-based milk of choice.
Now for the flavour bomb, we have our sun-dried tomato pesto, or pesto of choice. This is the best, however.
Our pesto is available in Ocado in the UK, so if you are based in the UK, you can get, as our mother says, the world's best pesto.
It has one great taste towards, though, it really has.
Yeah, it really is.
So we've got 3 tablespoons of that, in that goes. That's just going to add this base, richer flavour.
We're going to go in with
2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I've got 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. It's going to bring acidity, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
And this is going to be the sauce which everything's going to cook together with.
Season as you go, so add a nice generous pinch of salt into your sauce and a generous pinch of salt over the veg. So in goes our pasta, and we want our pasta ideally towards the bottom, but it doesn't really matter that much. Just give it a good mix.
I'm going to put the veg on top just because it is prettier.
Just before we pop our garlic in, we're going to pour that sauce in, and what we want here is that it's ideally all covered. We want it all submerged. So pop our veg on top. We're going to cover this with some, what we call tin foil. I believe in the US, you guys call it aluminum.
Aluminum foil.
What this does is this keeps the moisture intact, so there's no evaporation or reduction, and it also ensures that the steam is going to recirculate so the pasta really cooks. We're going to pop this into the oven for 30 or 40 minutes until the pasta is soft and cooked all the way through.
So that literally took 10 minutes. You know, if it was one of us, we could have done it for 5 minutes, but it is literally prepping your veg and putting all your ingredients in one pan. We're going to bake that for how long in the oven?
200 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake that for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. So while our pasta has just gone into the oven, I'm going to put our 2 sweet potatoes for our Mexican stuffed sweet potato skins. I'm going to bake them while our pasta cooks. Okay, next up we're going to make some sausage rolls, and I think it's important. Often meal preps can be slap and rice just in a tub, and I think texture is really, really important. So we've got pasta which is soft, which is lovely. This is a sausage roll. This is crispy.
Puff
this
pastry.
is nostalgic. This works great as a snack. And then finally we have Mexican stuffed sweet potato skin. So there's a lot of diversity. So this meal prep is magnificent.
Okay, first step, we've got a pan on a high heat. I'm going to go in with 1 tablespoon of oil of choice.
While that heats up, I'm going to prep our mushrooms. We have 250 grams of mushrooms of choice. We have amazing local oyster mushrooms. Use whatever type you have. Chestnut, portobello, button, whatever works. Okay, while the pan's hot, in goes 1 red onion, which we diced. Okay, so in go our mushrooms once we've got it nice, and just rip them up. There's no need for any fancy cooking. Just pop them in. Mushrooms are approximately 80 to 90% water, so what we want to do here is that they evaporate. So add a generous pinch of salt to draw the moisture out. We're going to allow them cook for 3 to 4 minutes.
So we cook down our mushrooms and onions for approximately 5 minutes until they've started charring around the edges. And the smell is just fantastic.
Time to season them. A sausage roll is full of strong flavours to complement the delicate richness of the pastry. So mushrooms and tamari.
That's poetic, the delicate richness of the pastry. That's good,
nice.
Good, yeah.
Okay, so the mushrooms are quite earthy, and mushrooms, I think a perfect marriage of mushroom is mushroom and tamari or soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of tamari.
Just make sure and move it around the pan because you want to get all the mushrooms coated in tamari.
For the onions, we want to mimic caramelization, and often to caramelize an onion, you will need anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. We don't want to spend that time. 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 2 to 3, and in on top of that, we're going 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. You could reduce this obviously if you want, but that's going to help elevate the base flavors, and it's also going to provide this sweet acidity. Important part, probably the most important for flavour, we're using our sun-dried tomato pesto again.
So we're going to use probably the other half of the tub.
Yeah, like we'll use about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It's just going to add richness, add complexity to it, and just turn these into an absolute flavour bomb. So this is available if you're in the UK. Our products are now available in Ocado. They have won Great Taste Awards, and they're in Ireland. They're available in Super Value and Centra.
Okay, in on top of that, we're going to add in 100 grams of cashew nuts. These are roasted cashew nuts, but they could be raw cashew nuts, any kind of cashew nuts. They're really just going to help bulk it out and dry out any of the moisture. So I'm going to knock this off the heat now, and I'm going to spread it out.
Okay, time to roll these up. So we have some store-bought puff pastry. Most puff pastry happens to be plant-based or dairy-free, just because oils typically are cheaper than butter. But just find a plant-based pastry that you're happy, or puff pastry that you're happy with. Roll it out like this. While this is just kind of, I guess, coming up to air temperature, we're going to blend this using an immersion blender. What we want is like, you can obviously leave texture if you want, but if you're feeding children, often when you blend it, the texture's gone and it's just what's in the sausage roll? Vegetable.
I don't even say it's just filling.
It's just filling. There you are. Okay, easiest way to do this is to take your sheet of puff pastry, cut it in half lengthwise so you've got 2 pieces. Do your best to get it symmetrical. Don't worry too much. Take 2 spoons and we're just going to spoon our filling on. We want to think of sausage roll. So I like to put it slightly to the left-hand side of one. Take your hands, make sure they're clean, and we're just going to pull it up from the side. Pull one side up. It's easier almost if you just hold it from the side here like this. Pull it up and just slowly cover. Decide what way you want them, whether you want them long or small. I'm going to do these ones all kind of 3/4 length. So 1, 2, just make sure to own it. So easiest way to transfer them, pop that over the top, grab your sausage rolls and just do a little delicate flip. Now we've gone from seam side down to seam side up. Our pastry has slightly started to melt under the heat, don't worry, still crisp up beautifully. Nice way just to make them look a little bit nicer, just brush them with a little bit of oat milk. What the oat milk does is it'll allow them to go more golden. And we're going to top them off with some sesame seeds.
And you can use whatever milk. It doesn't have to be oat milk. It could be soya or rice or whatever type of milk you prefer.
Our oven is cooking our pasta. It's at 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake these for 20 minutes until golden and crispy.
And now for our third dish, our sweet potatoes are done. They're out of the oven and ready completely.
So top tip to get them a little crispier is if you put salt around the full baking tray, it actually draws more moisture out. So our sweet potatoes are soft. Easy way to know they're fully cooked all the way through. Just insert a knife, they're good. We want to keep the skin, so we're just slowly opening that skin to remove the flesh. I'm going to squeeze out that flesh. So into our bowl, I'm just going to squeeze in the flesh, and I really want to keep the sweet potato skin because this is going to be the bowl that we're going to serve it in. So just slowly remove that skin, just carefully. There we are.
It looks like a banana, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do while we're making our sauce, while we're mashing up our sweet potato, the filling, I'm going to pop our skins in the oven. So they'll literally be in there for 5 minutes, but just helps dry them out and gives the contrast of texture, which is really important.
Okay, into our 2 sweet potatoes, I've got half a red onion, just diced in that goes. I've got 1 large clove of garlic.
1 tin of black beans. I love black beans, super high in fibre, and obviously the contrast of colour is fantastic.
I've got a bunch of coriander. I'm going to finely dice, or cilantro. Just finely dice it because we want this to disperse throughout the sweet potatoes. So in that goes. That's a good generous bunch of coriander or cilantro. And then we've got cherry tomatoes. These are in season on the farm.
Okay, so in terms of seasoning, we're going to go in with half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm a big fan of smoked paprika.
2 teaspoons of ground cumin.
For texture, I think it's really important. We've got about 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. I find cumin seeds are great. You'll get a nice contrast of texture and bite to it.
Go in with a generous pinch of salt. And we've got juice of half a lime to start with. Grab a fork or a spoon and we're going to mash this all together.
So this is mashing up our filling while trying to keep it all in the bowl. So see, the sweet potato is so soft and supple. We did leave it cool slightly, so that's why it's not steaming hot. But when it is steaming hot, it's even easier to mash because it just all the water kind of evaporates and it's just beautiful.
So we use cherry tomatoes here. You could use sweet corn. You could use any
You
other
could use
season.
avocado if you want. Avocado would go really well too.
Nice.
But obviously it's avocado to serve rather than as part of a meal prep.
So once you've got it mashed, just mix it all together. Make sure it's well dispersed. And then we're going to season it. Top tip always is to season as you go. So when we taste it, sweet potato is naturally quite sweet and starchy. You want to make sure there's enough salt and enough acid to cut through that starch.
Definitely needs more salt.
I like the flavour.
Coriander's beautiful. The lime's gone through this gorgeous.
Needs more lime too.
Yeah, I would agree.
So juice of 1 lime, and we went with probably about
Half a teaspoon of salt.
Mix it through. Looks great. Looks vibrant. Looks colourful. Perfect. Good to go. Let's remove our sweet potato skins and stuff them up. So just shape our sweet potato skins nicely, and we're going to pop in our filling. You're going to have more than 1 sweet potato here, which is handy, and this makes a great salad. So if your sweet potato has fallen apart, as ours slightly has, don't worry. The filling will actually make it easy to come around. You can hear how crispy it is there. It's a lovely way to eat it. Notice we added no oil in this, so these are naturally low in fat, high in fibre, high in plant-based diversity, and they look beautiful. Often we'd serve these with sliced avocado. Serve them with whatever you have. Okay, pasta is done! Woo! So we left it in for 40 minutes, just a little longer, just to make sure it's fully cooked. Look at
And
that.
look at the garlic for just delicious on top. Pasta's lovely and soft and delicious.
Okay, what I think an important part to this to do is to take the garlic. Obviously, make sure your hands are relatively... mine are a bit heat resistance all these years, but okay, I'm just going to squeeze them out. These are soft, this is gooey. Really make sure the garlic is soft and gooey. We're going to squeeze it all out and into it. And don't worry, you might go, that's a load of garlic, but when garlic is roasted like this, it becomes soft, it becomes caramelized,
Sweet.
it becomes sweet. It is delicious. So you just pop it all in. This is a clean tea towel. We're just going to disperse this and mash this through the dish.
It's really tasty. Like I just ate a full clove there, and it doesn't.
I know, it really is, isn't it?
It doesn't like it's more like sweet garlicky potato nearly. Like it goes starchy.
Yeah, it really does. Mix it all through. You see the
But
pasta
check it out. Like it looks delicious. Like it's really, really
simple,
fantastic.
easy to make. Pasta is soft to touch. Voila! First dish, second dish done. Final dish are sausage rolls.
Les saucy rolls.
Et voila, sausage rolls. Just to find texture. So just to
Wow.
show you 30 minutes prep, even less. We have our pasta dish, which will feed 4 people. We have our sweet potatoes, which will feed 2 people. And we have our sausage rolls that will comfortably feed 2 people.
And the wonderful thing about the sausage rolls is it's just such a variety of texture. They work great for lunches. You can have them for breakfast. You can have them for an easy dinner with a bit of, like, they're quite indulgent and delicious.
And I think the important thing with any meal prep is that there's diversity, there's variety. Otherwise, it becomes boring. And one of the keys to making healthier food choice is make it delicious, make it tasty, and make it a celebration.
We are the Happy Pear. We have a recipe club online where we have over 700 of our recipes and a community to support one another to eat more plants. Comment down below and let us know how you meal prep, what you like to meal prep, how you do it. Let's get a conversation going to support one another to eat more veg. And yeah, really, really good. I can't wait to eat them.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our community, and wishing you loads of love. Bye.
Cheers, bye.